You're videotaping the show. I am.
Hello everyone, so for today's bonus video we will be talking about our unpopular Steven Universe opinions. So if you get offended by opinions you don't agree with, let's say, I actually don't like insert your favorite character here, do not come for them in the comments. I'll be sharing some of my unpopular opinions too. You can feel free to come for mine. I'm used to it. I've been running this channel for 2.5 years. But these people were nice enough to let me use their comments. I asked in the community tab in my last cover and also on the Steven Universe Amino, do not come for any of these people. I will delete your comment. Cool. Now that we got that out of the way, let's read some of these posts. I haven't looked at any of them yet because I wanted my reaction to be authentic. So let's start with probably the most unpopular opinion. Ruby may just be gay. That was quite the hot take. I might lose subscribers with that one. It'll only get calmer from here. Honestly, my unpopular opinion is that I don't like Spinel, or at least in the movie. She was really toxic, and seeing the fandom baby her and not realize this made me kind of uncomfortable. As a character though, she's awesome, adorable, and Steven Universe future. There are aspects of this I agree with. The fact that they didn't acknowledge how toxic her behavior was kind of weird. I like that they paired her with the diamond so that they can grow together. It made me a little disappointed that most of this growth happened off screen, but I understand they might have a limited amount of episodes, limited amount of time, so we just have to suspend our disbelief. But there are a lot of people that I don't think, this is gonna be really unpopular. There are a lot of people in Steven Universe that I think did a lot of problematic things that they never really owned up to because of their trauma. And I don't think that's okay, and I'll get more into that later. I think it's great that we're exploring the ideas of trauma and how that can affect people's decision making and how they look at the world and themselves, but ultimately they still need to take responsibility for what they did.
Don't come for me.
Unpopular opinion, while others found Peridot to be quite annoying, I personally found her to be cute and wholesome. Agreed. Who finds her annoying though? I mean, I just said not to bash other people's unpopular opinions, but she's so cute. I love her.
She's different. That ain't a problem.
I personally think Pink is a morally great character and doesn't deserve as much hate as she has gained. Please don't attack me for this. I will not attack you for this. I think that one of the things that they did the best in Steven Universe is show Pink's development backwards. I've never seen another show do that. Maybe I'm just uncultured. But I loved seeing her, like, who she's become before we've seen all the terrible things she's done in her past. And to see that in reverse was really interesting. And people's reactions to it, I also found to be extremely interesting, as much as I disagree with some people and their approach and their hatred. It's easy to be swept up in the emotions because it's like, I felt lied to. I thought she was this savior. And turns out, such is life.
That is all under my cover. Now let's go to my community tab.
Young Greg was a bit irresponsible and Lapis was abusive to Jasper, although she's framed as the abused. Young Greg was super irresponsible. That's why I love this song. I think I need a little change because it took him that long to realize, maybe instead of just lazing around all day with my girlfriend, I should get a job. I think it's so much fun to see stupid young adults because as a stupid young adult, it makes me feel a lot better. And yeah, totally. Lapis was super abusive to Jasper. They were terrible to each other. That doesn't excuse either one of them. I think she was abused, but to say that Jasper wasn't abused, it's a little weird to me. It says I had a phrase saying that when Steven Universe is over, I would be out. I would stop watching future cartoons.
I think they meant phase, but
relatable. But there's totally other great cartoons out there. I suggest Kipo and the Age of Wonder Beasts. I suggest Amphibia. I suggest, there's a lot of great cartoons out there. Oh, BoJack Horseman ended too this year. Jeez. Yeah, it's been rough.
I feel like the Diamond's redemption was done just fine. Probably because I think they didn't understand what they were doing and Pink couldn't help them. Also, I think Pink was justified in leaving the Diamonds and faking her shattering. The only thing Pink did that I disagree with is lying to Spinel, and even then, it could be argued that Pink didn't know she was going to end up dying and that wasn't entirely her fault.
That's a really good point. I mean, she did leave Spinel for a long time, but in Gem Time, who knew how long that was? Maybe she totally intended to go back, and then the whole dying thing happened and it didn't cross her mind that she abandoned her, which is still, you know, a little bit, The Flying Cow Forever, fantastic name. Ooh, long comment. I think Connie started as a good character, but was getting cliche. She starts out as a quiet character we didn't know much about, and there was a bit of mystery to her character. She was there as a good friend for all the arcs and was romantic towards Steven. Later on, she learns to sword fight. It was a good idea for when danger would come, as she wouldn't be a side character, but it just pushed her away. True, we really didn't see Connie fight at all. I didn't even think about that. We didn't see Connie fight at all. She went for Blue Diamond with her sword, and then Blue Diamond just Yeah, that didn't really go anywhere, did it? We still sometimes had moments where she was a good friend, but the series goes on. She's just there for fighting and drama and being a love interest in the movie. She's going to space camp, so the plot can go on when she easily could have just helped Steven on poofing Spinel before. I'm just gonna keep reading on my own for now. Friends, it didn't help Steven when it was obvious he was struggling to talk to her friends a little bit. I feel like Connie's character was better in Future, to be honest. She was being more understanding than any rational person could be, which I think makes her a good character, but maybe a bit of a Mary Sue. My opinion, I wanted Peridot and Lapis fusion. I wanted any Peridot fusion. If it were any though, honestly, I would want Peridot and Amethyst or Peridot and Steven. I understand why people really love Lapidot. I think Peridot should have had a bigger role. Yes, again, the flying cow forever. Fantastic opinions. She had a great first arc and was a crystal gem when she was moved away to the barn. She wasn't around for Pink being Rose when she lived in their house. She never used her information about Homeworld for anything when trying to kill the gems in one of her best arcs. One of these comments just says, say uncle. Uncle. Oh, the episode? I don't think it was good. I don't think it was bad. It's there. You know, it exists. Kiera says, I never liked Lapis. She was always incredibly rude and incredibly selfish. She left Peridot alone and came back without even a sorry. That very few of the characters in Steven Universe ever say sorry. That is another thing I noticed. I agree with that. Although I do like Lapis, I wish we saw her kind of own up for her mistakes. I also don't like Connie. She honestly just exists as a sword girl now. Even before Sworn to the Sword, she was kind of interesting. She had a mystery to her character. Ooh, 2 people pointed out mystery to the character. And I wanted to learn more about her, but after sword training, her believability as a real person kind of falls. It's like her life revolves around him. A third of her lines are just, Steven! That's, oh my god, that's really true. She says Steven a lot. I mean, all the characters say Steven a lot. Basically, all the characters revolve around Steven a bit, but especially her. The most we got to see about her is in Here Comes a Thought, where she accidentally throws a boy over her shoulder, which, okay, how did that happen? Just like, my sword fighting instincts kicked in, and it's like, girl, how? Now let's move on to the Steven Universe Amino. I don't care about what was in the chest in Lion's Mane. I wish I was like you, it's killing me, I really want to know. Steven's corruption should have been more heartbreaking and the solution should have been a quick hug. I wish there was an epic battle and the gems get poofed, leaving only Connie. One of the things I didn't like about the battle is that Connie kind of had to corral them, so if it was only Connie and it was still that ending of Connie being the new main character, I don't know, that still rubs me the wrong way, but that whole thing was very rushed. I agree. Don't hate on me, please. I don't really like Spinel and her redemption of going to live with the diamonds. She could have poisoned all the earth and she could have been, not shattered, but she could have knew that Pink wasn't coming back and left the garden, but no, she was just dumb. I don't hate this opinion at all. I just love the way you phrase it. It's like, nah, she's stupid. The thing is, the way I see it, they characterized her as such a child, so of course she's gonna be dumb. I think that's a main part of her character is her ignorance. But yeah, she could have poisoned the entire earth and they're kind of just like,
I agree. A lot of these unpopular opinions I'm agreeing with.
if Spinel did end up being shot in the movie, I think Steven Universe Future would have been a lot more interesting and it would have set a good tone right from the beginning. And that way, Steven's shattering would have been to defend something instead of just carelessness. Jasper being shattered I was so hype about, and then when I realized there were 4 episodes left, I thought, Steven supposedly accidentally killed someone, and they're gonna resolve it in 4 episodes. I think Spinel was a toxic character and shouldn't have been redeemed, at least not that easily. The other characters in the show that actually tried to destroy the Earth firsthand were the Diamonds. If you think their redemption arc was bad, look at Spinel's. And also Spinel was way more aggressive about it the more I think about it. Spinel went straight for the poison right into the Earth. Also, where was the cluster when that was happening? Spinel was kind of annoying. Good character design, but just annoying. Dang, I was expecting a lot of this Spinel hatred. Not coming for your opinions. I love Spinel, but I do think that they could have handled her character in a better way. Now on to my full-length, in-depth, unpopular opinions. Here we go.
People are gonna be mad about this. Okay.
A lot of the series is rushed. I don't think that this is necessarily the writer's fault, but it is a little disappointing to see how amazing Peridot's redemption arc was, and we never had a fully fleshed arc like that for another character's redemption ever again. We never got to see Jasper's redemption. We never got to see any of the characters go up to her and be like, hey, are you okay? You were killed. But we still care more about Steven, who did that. We didn't get to see Steven face any consequences for his actions. We never got to see Lapis say sorry. I mean, the Diamonds had a whole moment on the beach of them just crying. I felt that that could have been like a more sincere personal moment. Also, Yellow Diamond can fix shattered gems now. I was watching a review of Steven Universe Future and they pointed out, okay, when did she learn that she had these powers? And wouldn't she be able to learn that she had these powers when she saw the fake pink diamond shards and she just tried to put her back together? It makes more sense that you need all 4 of the diamonds. That way Pink's fake death meant more. This entire time you're saying Yellow could have brought back Pink from the dead. I mean, it was fake shards, but still. I mean, maybe she did and then it just didn't work and she assumed she couldn't do that. But okay, I already kind of mentioned this, but Steven doesn't face any consequences for murder. I feel really weird about the Steven Universe Future ending. These were my genuine reactions, but as I stepped back and really thought about it, Steven still has a bit of a god complex. He turns to Peridot and says, be the Steven you wish to see in the world. Sir, you've done so much good for the world, but that's still a weird thing to say about yourself, especially after killing somebody and then trying to kill somebody else. I don't know. I feel like the gems or his dad could have punished him a bit more and said, hey son, what you did was messed up, don't kill people, you're grounded. I don't know how you deal with the fact that your son's a murderer, but I don't think you just give him a hug. I understand that you want to deal with the underlying issues and you still love this person a lot, but mental illness and your troubled past is not an excuse to kill someone in a spar, and I understand that Jasper was pushing him and being like, go harder, yes, I want more. A little creepy when you think about it, but I mean, he still murdered her. The whole point of shattering is that it was supposed to be this whole big death thing. I mean, it's not that anymore, based on the ending. My biggest thing, no song at the end. What? What? I love the show, but my favorite part of the show is the songs, and we have Change Your Mind. I view that as really the last song. But we had so many good songs in Steven Universe Future 2. I'm looking forward a bop. I would have loved to hear Steven maybe sing I'm Looking Forward at the end, right? I want to hear a happy Steven. We got angsty Steven, angsty Steven, angsty Steven, angsty Steven. Last episode, a little bit of a happy Steven. The overall series, as much as I loved aspects of it, most of the time it made me sad. It was supposed to make me sad, but I would think that after all of that sadness, there would be this huge happy payoff, and it just wasn't. It was very melancholy, and there wasn't a song. And I wanted there to be a song, and there wasn't a song, and that's why I made this video. I just wanted to rant. I wanted there to be a song in the last episode, and there wasn't. Yeah, so thank you for sharing your unpopular opinions with me. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it didn't annoy you too much.
Don't unsubscribe!
But anyway, there's a lot of other stuff going on my channel. Be sure to check that out. If you want to see more Steven Universe content, click this playlist above, and I hope you have a great day. Bye, guys!